The Galactic Council had seen many species rise and fall across the stars, but none had prepared them for humanity. Katniss stood at the observation deck of the mercenary cruiser Endless Horizon, her calloused hands gripping the railing as she watched the debris field float past. What remained of the Zitharian assault fleet drifted in silence, a graveyard of twisted metal and shattered dreams. Her reflection in the transparent aluminum showed a woman who'd seen too much, done too much, but her eyes remained clear, focused. "You're doing it again." Hero's voice came from behind her, soft but firm. He approached slowly, his boots barely making a sound on the deck plating. "That thing where you stare into space and forget the rest of us exist." Katniss didn't turn. "Just thinking about what Commander Vexthor said, about humans being unpredictable." "Vexthor's an idiot," Hero replied, moving to stand beside her. "A well-paid idiot, but still an idiot." They'd been partners for 3 cycles now, ever since the Terran Exodus had scattered humanity across known space. Most species saw humans as curiosities, primitive death worlders who'd somehow stumbled into FTL technology. The Galactic Council tolerated them, employed them occasionally, but never truly respected them. That was their first mistake. The comm system crackled to life. All mercenary teams report to the briefing room. Priority Alpha, Commander Vexthor's orders. Katniss and Hero exchanged glances. Priority Alpha meant only one thing. Someone was willing to pay an obscene amount of credits for something dangerous. The briefing room was packed with the galaxy's finest killers. Krethexi warriors with their forearms and chitinous armor, Gorvath hunters with their thermal vision and predatory grace, Nexulian psychics who could crush minds with a thought, and then there were the humans. Just 2 of them, standing in the corner like afterthoughts. Commander Vexthor entered, his reptilian features twisted into what might have been concern. The Saurian mercenary leader was legendary, having survived campaigns that had wiped out entire battalions. But today something was different. Today he looked worried. "We have a contract," Vexthor began, his translator rendering his hisses into common galactic. "The mining colony on Tertius 7th has been taken by the Dread Collective. 300 civilian workers. The Collective wants ransom." Murmurs rippled through the assembled mercenaries. The Dread Collective was notorious, pirates, slavers, and worse. They didn't negotiate. They didn't show mercy. "The contract is for extraction only," Vexthor continued. "Get in, get the civilians, get out. Combat is to be avoided. The Collective has warned that any aggressive action will result in the execution of hostages." A Krethexi warrior clicked his mandibles. "Then why do they need us? Send negotiators." "Because," Vexthor's eyes swept the room, "the Collective's leader is Warlord Shakrith, and Shakrith has never released a hostage alive." The room fell silent. Everyone knew the name. Shakrith the Butcher, the Defiler, the monster who'd orchestrated the massacre of Praxis Moon, where 10,000 refugees had been slowly executed over the course of a week, broadcast live across the sector as a warning. "We'll do it," Katniss said quietly. Every head turned toward her. Vexthor's eyes narrowed. "Human, did you not hear me? This is a delicate operation. We need precision, not—" "We'll do it," Hero repeated, stepping forward beside Katniss. "Just us, better payment that way, right?" Vexthor's laugh was a harsh bark. 2 humans? Against the Dread Collective's army? You're either brave or suicidal." "We're human," Katniss said simply. "We're both." The operation was supposed to be simple. Infiltrate the mining facility, locate the hostages, create a diversion, and extract. Simple. But when Katniss and Hero breached the facility's lower levels and saw what Shakrith had done to the miners, saw the torture chambers, the experimentation rooms, the children's bodies displayed like trophies, simple went out the airlock. "Hero," Katniss whispered, her voice trembling. "Not from fear. From something else. Something primal. Tell me you're seeing this." Hero's jaw was clenched so tight she could hear his teeth grinding. "I see it. The mission was extraction only. I know, and we should stick to the plan." "I know." They stood in silence for a moment, staring at the horrors before them. Then Katniss reached up and switched off her comlink. Hero did the same. "Remember what Admiral Chen used to say?" Katniss asked, her voice eerily calm now. "About the line?" "There's a line," Hero quoted, "and once you cross it, you don't get to uncross it. So choose carefully which side you want to die on." Katniss checked her weapons. Plasma rifle, monomolecular combat knife, breaching charges, and in her boot, her father's old revolver, a primitive kinetic weapon from Earth, loud and inefficient and absolutely terrifying to aliens who'd never heard a gunshot before. They crossed the line, she said. Now we show them what humans do when someone crosses our line. The Dread Collective had faced many enemies. They'd fought Krithexi warriors and survived. They'd outsmarted Nexulian psychics. They'd broken Gorvath hunters, but they'd never fought humans who were truly angry. Katniss and Hero didn't sneak. They didn't hide. They announced themselves with a breaching charge that blew the main security door into fragments and walked into the Collective's fortress like avenging angels. What followed wasn't a battle. It was an execution. Humans, the galaxy would learn, were persistence hunters, Earth's apex predators. They didn't have armor like the Krithexi. They didn't have claws like the Gorvath. They didn't have psychic powers like the Nexulians. But they had something worse, the ability to turn off their fear, suppress their pain, and focus every fiber of their being on one singular purpose. When a human decided you needed to die, gods themselves couldn't save you. Katniss moved through the facility like death incarnate. Every shot found its mark. Every movement was economy and purpose. And when her rifle ran dry, she didn't hesitate. She drew her knife and proved that humanity had mastered violence long before they'd reached for the stars. Hero was her shadow, covering angles, neutralizing threats, his movements perfectly synchronized with hers. They'd trained together, bled together, and now they killed together with the efficiency of a machine and the fury of a storm. When they reached Warlord Shakrith, the butcher of Praxis Moon, he was surrounded by his elite guard. 20 of the deadliest soldiers the Collective could muster. Humans, Shakrith hissed, his translator dripping with contempt. You're supposed to be clever. This is suicide. Katniss holstered her empty rifle and drew her father's revolver. The ancient weapon gleamed in the harsh facility lights. You know what the difference is between you and us? She asked, her voice soft and terrible. You kill because it's easy. We kill because it's necessary. And right now, killing you is very, very necessary. The thunder of that primitive weapon echoed through the facility, again, and again, and again. When it was over, when the last member of the Dread Collective lay dead, Katniss and Hero freed the surviving hostages, 42 souls who'd endured hell and lived to tell about it. Back on the endless horizon, Commander Vexthor stared at the two humans with something like fear in his eyes. The contract specified extraction only. You massacred them. They chose the line they wanted to die on, Hero said simply. We just helped them get there. Vexthor's claws tapped nervously on his console. The galaxy will call you monsters. Katniss met his gaze unflinching. Let them. But they'll also know this. If you cross the line, if you hurt the innocent, if you torture the defenseless. She leaned forward. Pray you never see a human truly angry. Because we don't forgive, we don't forget, and we never, ever stop. The word spread across the galaxy within days. The Dread Collective, one of the most feared criminal organizations in known space, had been utterly annihilated by two humans. Not an army. Not a fleet. Two individuals who decided enough was enough. Other species whispered in fear and awe. The Galactic Council convened emergency sessions. Military strategists revised their threat assessments of humanity, and Katniss and Hero, they went back to work, knowing that somewhere in the vast darkness of space another line would be crossed. And when it was, humanity would be there. Because that's what humans did. They endured. They persisted. And when pushed too far, they reminded the galaxy why Earth's most dangerous predators walked on two legs.